Another world time. New season is here, and you know what time it is. New Isekai Anime. Hell yeah. So throw your brain outside of the window and start screaming as we're ranking some Isekai Anime of 2023. Let's go. Number 10. The Fruit of Evolution, Season 2. Remember that guy who ate devil fruit and became handsome? No, not our Luffy. This guy. Yeah, well, he's back with a lot more action, adventure, and, drumroll please, harem. Now we're talking. So for those who haven't been through this journey, this anime's a little strange. Some random god decides to send an entire school to another world with special abilities to use against the land's demon lord. However, one unfortunate boy is sent to a different location, where he discovers the Fruit of Evolution. That fruit converts him, and he becomes popular among gorillas and other animals. Yeah, you heard it right, gorillas. Anyway, if you like isekai and comedy, then go in with an open mind. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. This is without a doubt a very good parody, and to be honest, anime parodies of this type are extremely rare. This isn't a Konosuba level parody, but it does the trick. Number 9. Saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. What would you do if you had the ability to switch between two worlds on your own? Well, personally, I would have created my harem in another world. If you answered the same thing, welcome to my simp gang. Anyway, our protagonist has a different plan in mind. Mitsuha realizes she has the ability to travel between worlds. Using this ability, Mitsuha decides to live in both worlds and calculates that she'll need 80,000 gold coins to retire. Boring. I would have gone with the harem route. Jokes apart, you need to watch this show right now. This is totally a new twist, and I dig it. I mean, this isn't a great show, but for an isekai anime, it's pretty alright. It has a likable leading lady, a cute sidekick for her to hang out with, and a decently strong core concept that could go places once the season gets going. Don't believe me? Why not try it for yourself? Number 8. Handyman, Saito in another world. Remember Konosuba? Well, we have something similar here. It follows Saito, a regular handyman who's reincarnated into another world. He forms a dungeon exploration party with Ryuza, a beautiful and powerful warrior, Maroke, a powerful magician who constantly forgets spells, and Lafanpan, a cute but miserly fairy. Shenanigans ensue, the end. Let's move on. Just kidding. Now, don't underestimate this premise because it manages to strike the perfect balance of light comedy and world building. Now, you might ask, honest, is it really good? Well, it is. There's no power fantasy here, no overpowered skill that makes Saito invincible, but it still manages to pull off things by comedy. I know these elements won't appeal to some viewers, but for the people who work all day and want something light, this could be a godsend. To put it another way, it's a second monitor anime where you can just sort of zone in and out. Too bad I only have one monitor, though. Number 7. By the Grace of the Gods, Season 2. Remember that kid surrounded by slimes? Well, he's back with a lot more slimes. His cute future girlfriend, already feeling lonely, and lots of moments which just make you feel old. Yeah, guys, we're getting old. Anyway, the show features the exploits of a modern-day Japanese corporate worker who's transported to a fantasy world to start a new life. Then he finds slimes. Yep, slimes. We all know how overpowered they can be. Seriously, I love what the anime attempted to accomplish. Instead of a grand adventure isekai in which the protagonist reincarnates from a nobody to a world hero, this isekai focuses on constant love and self-esteem. So if you're interested in these things and don't mind feeling old at times, go for it. Trust me, it hurts. Although I would have preferred a more polished result, I'm glad I'm following this anime and encourage you to do the same. Number 6. Farming Life in Another World.
こんな夢みたいな暮らしをするようになるなんて。
What do you get when you mix farming anime and harem? You guessed it, this abomination. So the anime follows Hideku, who dies of a serious illness and reincarnates to a fantasy world with a healthy body. To enjoy his second shot, God bestows the almighty farming tool upon him. But unfortunately, he gets sent to the Forest of Doom. We follow him as he digs, chops, and creates his harem. Now that's my type of plot. Okay, allow me to get this off my chest. So have you ever wondered how they poop in a fantasy world? What? I know that sounds kind of funny, but they actually addressed this issue in the first episode. On the other hand, it's easy to predict where the story will go from here. People, most likely busty fantasy ladies, will join his harem once it's discovered that someone has made a successful home for himself in the Forest of Doom. So, what are you waiting for? Go quench your harem thirst, and then thank me. Number 5. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world.
幼い頃から力を求めた。それさえあれば何も失うものはないと思ったから。幸せになれると思ったから。
Do you love anime where the main character gets betrayed and becomes overpowered? If you answered yes, then you're in for a treat. Haruyoshi, the world's strongest onmyoji, is betrayed by his friends. He wishes to be happy in his next life as he approaches death. He then tries a hidden reincarnation spell and voila! The spell is successful. And he's reincarnated, but in another world. So what does he do next? Come on guys, isn't it obvious at this point? He tries to live a peaceful life. It's becoming a norm now. I mean, where's the action? Why is everyone trying to live a peaceful life? God damn. So far, it's a good show. And although it's still early, I believe it has some good potential. And who knows? Things could take a turn for the good and they might bless us with another fantasy harem show. Number 4. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill.
恐れながら勇者様のお力を鑑定させていただきたく。名前は向田剛、27歳。こういうスキルがネットスーパー。え？
何それ？
こっちにスーパーあるの？使えないスキルじゃない。
So here is another strange one. Imagine you're living your normal life when you're suddenly summoned to another world. You're hyped. It's time to kick some ass. But then you realize they made a mistake and everyone's mocking you because you have low stats. Sucks, right? Well, that's what happens to Makoto. You can only rely on his one-of-a-kind skill, the online supermarket, which allows him to purchase modern goods in a fantasy world. Useless? Well, your opinion might differ once you start watching this. See what I did there? It sounded totally cool in my head. Anyway, this anime is really good. I know the plot is very mediocre, but sometimes it's exactly what you want. Oh, yeah, and there's a dog in the story. This isn't the perfect isekai show or anything else, but it's a lot of fun, and what can I say? I'm a sucker for a dog-related story. Number 3. Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. I'm seriously sick of these titles, man. You know, there's a noticeable lack of female-led isekai anime out there, but it appears that this is finally changing in the most recent seasons of anime. If the title doesn't make it clear, this is a show about a girl named Kaede, who decides to try out a VR MMORPG at the request of her dear friend Risa. The game simulates real-life pain, and Kaede doesn't want to be hurt, so she puts all of her points into defense and becomes, you guessed it, overpowered. The end? Let's move on. Editor, put on the end credits. Jokes aside, this reminds me of the overly cautious hero, but in a more cute and sweet way. It may not be as multi-layered as the cautious hero, but it makes up for everything else. So if you're in the market searching for these elements, go ahead. Who's stopping you? Number 2. The Misfit of Demon King Academy 2.
ジオグレイズ。
静まれまがまがしき炎。
So our favorite Demon King, Anos, is back for a new season, and this time he's going up against the god. But seriously, just how overpowered can you be? For those who are unfamiliar, the anime's plot is simple. The Demon King dies and reincarnates after 2,000 years. But surprise, surprise, history's been changed and the peace he fought for is about to be broken. It's a completely different world than the one Anos had left behind. And we get to see how he lives and adapts to it now, or just destroys everyone, and the end. Just kidding. Well, I'll admit that there's a lack of tension because Anos is so powerful. Nonetheless, it provides an enjoyable experience. So if you're looking for some action but don't want something too heavy, this is a great option. It's not a masterpiece or something that will stay with you forever, but it's a good popcorn show, which is here to entertain. Oh, editor, make the popcorn rain, please. Nice. Next, number 1, the magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady.
我が国が誇る希代の問題児、そして隠すこともない髪色で察せられる身分からこう呼ばれる。
I know it's rare that a Yuri series receives as much attention as this one, so do you enjoy the magical girl genre or the villainess isn't really evil subgenre of isekai? If you said yes, this anime will blow your mind. The plot revolves around 17-year-old Princess Anisferia, who was born into a royal dynasty renowned for its powerful magical abilities. However, Anisferia has no skill for magic and is unable to wield it. As it turns out, Anisferia has memories of a prior life in Japan, and as a result, she has many ideas for magical equipment she may make, both to improve the lives of everyone in the kingdom and to offer her the capability to feel something like magic. Okay, so don't get me wrong, people, but this show so far is all that fantasy isekai anime aimed to be, all put up in a wholesome bundle of wow. Right now, there's nothing to complain about. Still not believe in me? Why not give it a shot? So, there goes some new isekai anime that aired during winter of 2023. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to see more content like this. That is all for today, my weebs, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.
I don't wanna fall in love.